Hey everyone, Steven here with TV4, and today I'm going to be taking Michael through a strengthening exercise for the Gluteus Maximus muscle, and more specifically, we are going to be targeting the deep fibers and the medial portion of the Gluteus Maximus muscle. For it to set up, we're going to be in a supine position, meaning you're going to be laying down on your back. The first thing we want to do from here is set up the lower extremity. So I'm going to have Michael flex his hips and knees, and he wants his heels in line with his hips. From this position right over here, I want Michael to go into as much abduction and external rotation of the femur by spreading his legs as much as he can without allowing the navicular to leave the ground. So he's just going to bring his heels a little bit closer together so they're in line with the pelvis. So Michael, bring your feet just a bit more together. Perfect. From that position, if he can go more, great. If not, right there, he's going to start to lose the medial arch. So we're going to keep it right over there. Again, play around with it. Depending on your morphology, you may not be able to do that much external rotation. But next, we're going to set up the spine. We want retroversion of the pelvis, a flat lumbar spine, flat thoracic spine. Michael's going to keep his chin tucked in. With the crown of his head, he's pushing away from his body, and with his eyes, he's looking down between his thighs to put the dura mater under tension. Then, from that position, we are going to go ahead and stabilize the scapular girdle by going into abduction to the level of the glenohumeral angle and external rotation by bringing the palms toward the ceiling. Now that we're all set up, the last thing is to execute the exercise. For the execution, Michael is going to drive his pelvis toward the sky as high as he can without losing the retroversion of the pelvis. If you lose the retroversion, you've gone too far. That's very important. Do not lose the retroversion of the pelvis. Another thing worth noting is you want to roll and unroll the spine. So Michael is going to raise his L5 off the ground first, then his L4, L3, L2, L1, and then on the way down, he's going to do the opposite. He's going to drop his L1 down to the ground, then his L2, L3, L4, L5, and on the way down, he wants to go as low as he can without allowing the glute max to touch the ground. But that is the actual execution for the exercise, and in terms of the sets and repetitions, you want to build up to 3 sets of 50 repetitions, and that's 5-0, not 1-5. If you don't want to count to 50, you can go ahead and take a stopwatch, set it for 1 minute, and perform the exercise for 1 minute. And if you're going at a nice quick pace, that's going to be roughly 50 repetitions. But when you're starting, you want to go nice and slow, because if you go too fast, you might lose that retroversion and you might not be able to do the rolling and unrolling. But that is the strengthening exercise for the gluteus maximus muscle, and more specifically, the deep fibers of the medial-medial portion of the gluteus maximus muscle.